Today, in this video, we are talking love. And we're talking compatibility, astrological compatibility. So we get loads of questions about looking at people's birth charts, and not just in terms of romantic compatibility, but even with children and potential business partners. People want to know, how do I know if this is the right person? How do I know if this is a good fit? And we have some thoughts on this for you. So Nick, why don't you start us out? Just basically, like, what is the wrong way to look at compatibility in a birth chart?
A lot of the times people look at their sign, whether I'm an Aquarius and someone's a Capricorn or whatever, and they try to just compare the two and see how they'll match up like that, and that's not enough, because there's other parts of your chart. There's Venus, which talks about how we want to be loved. There's Mars, which talks about our sexual desires. There's the Moon, which talks about our emotional connection and our need to be nurtured. Yeah. And so when you match up all of those things with each other and see how well they work, you actually get a really good understanding of people's compatibility.
So when we just look at it and you're like, I'm a Sagittarius, you're a Sagittarius, I see you. Like that might not be the best way to go about that, right? No. Yeah, and when we look at even our children, and we might be like, okay, so how can I parent better? How can we have a better understanding of each other? And a lot of times we'll be like I have a daughter who's a Cancer, right? And so her sun sign's Cancer, and I'm just like, you don't know anything until you have raised a freaking Cancer 4-year-old with an independent streak. But there's more going on there.
There's
like when
so
you look at, like, I'm a Cancer rising, so how is that impacting her? Like, how are we reacting to each other? Like, where, like, her moon, my moon, and there's this big story to be told. And so compatibility is more than just your loving relationships. It's like your relationships with other people in general.
You can have compatibility charts with your boss.
Yeah.
With anybody.
Which would be really good information to know, like how you're going to work with somebody.
Right. Yeah.
What if we did that in job interviews? If we were like, here's my resume and my birth chart.
My job actually asks for your information sometimes.
Your job would. You hand it over, let's evaluate what's the best fit for you compared to the teammates you're going to be working with. So what we're saying here is, don't just look at your sun sign and be like, yeah, I'm a this, they're a this, and this is why this is happening. There's so much more going on. And we were just talking behind the scenes about, like, your soul's journey through life and all these things, and how we feel like sometimes too, you, without even realizing it, might choose to sort of interact with people that aren't in your compatibility at all, but because there's a lesson to be learned there.
You desire that experience to learn.
The soul, man, the soul wants a challenge, and it is going to teach you something.
Over and over again sometimes.
Until you get it. So compatibility, it's more than your sun sign, more than your moon sign. It's the whole big picture, and we can really look at compatibility. What we love to do is look at compatibility with our loving romantic relationships, our intimate relationships, but there's so much more to compatibility, and like looking at family units and jobs and things like that. So it's a really cool thing to dive into. But next time you're wondering, like, is this a good fit for me? Is this a good person for me to hang with? We got to look beyond the sun sign and look at the whole picture of the birth chart and see what's going on there. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm Sarah, founder, head magic maker of the Sisters Enchanted, where it's our mission to make magic mainstream. Hanging with
Nick,
our head astrologer. Thanks for chatting with us. You can find us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and follow us online at thesistersenchanted.com for the most up-to-date happenings with the Sisters Enchanted. We can't wait to talk astrology with you again. And in the meantime, have an enchanted rest of your day.